Hello, hello, hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
How was everybody's long Labor Day weekend?
Yay.
wonderful.
It's all the
Nice.
same,
Y'all,
right?
when the people get on, share. We're going to have our mentor on with us today.
Right.
Yes.
We lit.
I
I
Exciting,
gotta
exciting.
find it. I'm about
It
to find
should
it right
be
now. Sorry.
on my
I see
page.
it.
Oh,
it's on
I
your
see
page? Okay, I'm about to find it too. Oh, let me put this on silent. There we go.
Everybody, we're sharing. You guys share. We having the man, the myth, the legend joining us this evening, our mentor. We are so excited about it. We already got a comment. Y'all excited too? Let's go. Yes. What's up, Alana?
Hey,
What is that?
Lana.
Yes,
Trash.
that's one of our mastermind
I love
sisters.
it.
What's up?
Oh, I see it. All right. Now I'm gonna do the watch party. There we go.
There we go. Just give me 1 second. I gotta look away so I can share mine. So y'all said y'all had a good weekend?
Yeah, it was all, since
Yeah.
March, it's all the same. All the weekends are starting to blend all together, so hey,
No, the food was different this time.
it
Oh.
was different. Oh, well, we, for foodie, it would be. I'm sure you found something new to eat, right?
No,
Discover-
my son's granny cooked and she made us like plates on plates on plates.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I didn't have to cook.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bill did some grilling. He tried. Something happened in the move with the smoker.
Oh,
It wouldn't light, but he had already marinated the stuff. But it turned out really good. The ribs turned out good. He just kind of put them in the oven, and they still look good. So they were still tasting
Had to
good. But
finish them off.
yeah.
yeah. But oh well. Such is
That
life. I
happens.
started looking for a new smoker.
Right.
Mm.
So we're gonna get rolling while we wait for Kurt to join us. So I'm Latoya. Everybody knows Chrissy Pips. We got Shay up in the building. Monda, what's up? We're having our mentor join us today. We're super excited because we're all in this together. We all came together because of him. We wouldn't even know each other except for me and Shay, if it wasn't for Curtis Cobain Branch. So we have so much, gratitude towards him, and we are just looking forward to him jumping on. It's gonna be great. So y'all have y'all questions ready. He is our cryptocurrency guru. He is also our foreign exchange market technical analysis, Fibonacci retracement. You know what I'm saying? He
786
brings the pain every
8816.
day. Right. So I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge. He's agreed to give us some time today with our, women of enrichment. This is an excellent time to get your questions asked.
Right.
Submit whatever you want. If we don't get to all your questions in this time, we will definitely jot them down and get back to you if you message us. So we are excited for y'all. This Tuesday is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, so excited.
Yes.
So excited.
So while we're here waiting on Curtis, like we've all kind of told our stories, but if somebody missed the video previous to this one, we could all tell really quick like how we met Curtis and how we actually became a part of the mastermind. So I'll start. I met Curtis in Detroit in 2018, July 2018. We were out with our wealth mentor, Shay and I. We were there with Jewel Tankard, and she had a boat party and all these things. And Curtis was one of the educators that got up on the stage, and he had on a Bitcoin T-shirt with Bitcoin this big on the front of it. And I was like, "Who's that guy?" And he was sitting at the back of the table, and it was like a bunch of guys, and they were like, "Yeah, we just won Bitcoin!" Like, and he slid back, stood up, and walked away. And I was like, he just dropped the mic, like. What happened? So I ran to the back of the building, like, "What's up? What's your name? How are you? I'm Latoya. Let's be friends." That's pretty much how it went. And he was just so open and warm and engaging, and it just was perfect, it just went from there. So I'll pass it to whoever wants to go and tell us how you met Kurt.
My story's boring. Like I didn't know him forever.
My story's boring.
Yeah, like I don't know him forever. Oh, now I've known him since we were like kids, but how I got into trading was he posted on Instagram a picture of him taking a selfie on stage. It was like this huge crowd of people behind him, and he's just like on stage in this dope blazer. So I messaged him. I was like, "What you doing? Why are you on stage? Like, there's a lot of people out there looking at you. What's that about?"
Right.
So then he told me, came over, showed me what it was, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do that too." And then here we are.
Yeah, cool.
Right.
I pretty much met him the same way Latoya. Well, she's the runaround. I thought she was. I was like, that's stalker moves. What you doing? I'm usually the calm, cool one. When we go out to events, and Latoya will be like, "You know who that is? You know who that is?" She's on fire. And this is me.
With your small notebook.
With my small little notebook, right? So I'm just kind of cool. And she was like, he's like, they just paid so much money. I'm gonna be his friend, and I'm like, okay. And then when we got back home, it was just like kind of like, oh, he's on. It wasn't called Go Live then, but I can't remember what it was called before. And he was an educator. Right, I don't remember what it was called.
I don't remember either. Yeah.
What was it? IMLTV. That's right. And then we went on found him on IMLTV, and then we just started watching it. It was like his presence just draws you in. At that time, I was not even interested in cryptocurrency. I was like, but he's such a wealth of knowledge that it's not just you. When you go to his Go Live, you're not just learning about cryptocurrency. He educates you on finances in whole. So was that what drew me in? And it was like, okay, I'm stuck. Like it is what it is. Even if I didn't understand, I knew through osmosis, perhaps, I was going to figure cryptocurrency out. I'm just going to be in the room and I'm going to be available. And then that's how. So we've been stuck since 2018, 19? Yeah.
18.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm jealous because honestly, I've never met Curtis in person.
What?
No.
The way he's like the Lands, Monda, and Bill, what's up, family? You would have just known that y'all met in person. Wow.
I am from Detroit, but no, I'm from Detroit, but my husband and I moved to Florida in 2011, and then we got in IM in what year is this? 2018. In the fall of 2018, and we used to have this thing where we just kind of watch a movie on Friday nights, or go to the movie or watch a movie at home. So one night I was just sitting on my couch and I said, well, I'm gonna learn something and pull up IML TV. And it happened to be 9:00, and there was I don't know if it was a couple people on, but there was this black guy on. So clicked on his session, and then he started telling these weird Detroit jokes. So I was like, hey, this guy's from Detroit, and he's talking about crypto. I know nothing about cryptocurrency.
Right.
But he started teaching about crypto, but then I also could learn to trade Forex with the way he was teaching.
Right.
So my first session, I was like, I don't know what he's talking about, but he would just say, come back again. And so I started coming back, and the rest is history. I would get on there as much as I could. After church, my husband knows it. Like after church, we would have church when we had church in a physical location. It hasn't happened in a long time. But when we had church, I would plug my phone in on the way home and like listen to the sessions. And then my husband would call me and be like, what are you doing? I said, I'm on Kobane. I can't talk to you right now.
Right. Speaking of the man, we have him here. Y'all ready?
Oh.
Let's go.
Oh, is that like his?
Wait, is that static? There you go.
Yes, that was Mr. Branch. We go wait for him to get that microphone situation together.
Wait a minute. Do y'all see what's happening here?
Yes.
Oh, I'm lit.
Do y'all
He probably
see?
can't hear nothing. He probably
He,
can't
he
hear nothing.
hears us. He can't talk, but he hears us.
Nope, it's still staticky.
Oh no, we gotta get the.
Just
I'm about
put
to try.
on the headphones, I think.
Yeah, put on the headphones because we just got static. Yeah, like it's crazy static.
Right.
Oh, you got it?
Technical difficulties. We're not millennials.
Nope.
We're
Still staticky.
still
But
staticky,
it-
brother. Yes, Alana. Look at Alana's messed up.
What'd she say? What'd she say? What'd she say?
Let me see.
Y'all gotta read it.
I gotta switch.
I can't bring my phone closer to
Turtleneck
mic.
gang. Turtleneck gang. Yes, Alana. Yes.
Oh, this is so much fun.
He's slightly bitter about having to go old school back to the headphones. Too.
Right.
I just want you to know that.
What's going on?
Wait.
Is it on my end? Turtleneck gang. Turtleneck gang.
Oh, is he screaming somewhere? I hear echo.
Turn your TV
No,
off.
turn your phone off. Turn your
Yeah.
phone off,
He hears us laughing. All we hear is our laughing.
Kurt. Right.
Laughing.
Just laugh.
Y'all
Yeah, we
just giggle in the background.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Wait, it's
Hear a
still.
little static.
No, what
In the
happened?
beginning.
We're like 90% there.
Nah, I'd say like 78.
Our glass is still half full.
Right. We're gonna make this happen.
I think it's
You
good
guys
now.
hear me now?
I'm just
Yeah,
hyped about the
yeah.
black turtleneck. I'm just hyped. And then StreamYard knew how to lay it out. Got all the white at top and then me and Kurt in black.
Right, right.
This is sweet.
Hey, you see, we represent the turtleneck gang.
Right, let's go. Let's go. Y'all knew. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. This was like, I bet y'all dollars to donuts, Kurt come on with a turtleneck.
Yes.
You getting this Steve Jobs on it, we gonna catch him.
Yes.
Every time.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
We all had to
I'm
run
so
around the house trying to
tired of
find a
y'all.
turtleneck.
Y'all
Oh
be
my
getting me every session, I swear.
This is the best. We so happy to have you here, brother. How are
Yeah.
you?
Oh, I'm awesome. I'm so glad I got a chance to hop on here with you guys. I'm usually just sitting in the sideline watching the comments, just type like, oh snap. I'm glad to be here. How you guys doing this evening?
We're doing good.
Great.
Thank you for coming and sitting with us.
Oh, listen, I feel honored to be here with the WeChat women. The women of WeChat. Y'all doing big things out here, man. Every time I see y'all, they get bigger and better every week. Y'all covering some real nice content. Y'all over here doing y'all thing, getting everybody all engaged, spreading the gospel of trading. So
Hey.
Thank you.
Right.
We learned from the best. We
Right,
learned from
right.
the best.
yeah, I don't know who learned y'all, but they definitely did their thing.
Ah.
We definitely know who learned us, and we appreciate you a lot.
Right.
Oh, man, look, I'm just honored. I promise y'all. I thank God for y'all every day. Like y'all go out and do y'all thing, and it's a blessing to be a part of you guys' story. Like you guys work. That's my biggest thing. Like y'all work. Like I can't take nothing away from the work ethic you guys have, the amount of time y'all put into your craft. Like people always say, like, man, how does it feel to have all these success stories? I'm like, listen, I take little to no credit because you guys had to put in that work.
Yeah.
Thank you. But you push us. You push
Right.
us, and you keep us motivated, and you keep us educated, and the way you are, your spirit, you love to give back, and it just pours into us, and then we just want to give it back too. So
Right.
it's all, we got to give you your kudos. You may not want to take it, but we're gonna give it to you.
Right.
You hear that? Shay says she ready. She ready to take on some people.
Right.
Carry them.
Slowly. The right people.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, definitely.
So Curtis, we're so glad you're on. Can you just give us like a quick little about you, your background, how you pulled us all together, and now you have this army of Kobanites, or algo bots. That's what I like to call us. We the algo bots because we out here murdering these algorithms like.
Oh man. So look, I've been seeing you do your thing on the gram. I'm like, listen, Toya's out here destroying these patterns right now. So, oh man. So a little bit about how I got going was back in 2016. I was looking for a few ways to make some extra money. I was already interested in trading. I was doing a little studying here and there, but nowhere near the level of understanding that I'm at now. And just hungry for the knowledge. I was already going through some things. Back in 2005, I had a scholarship to play basketball at a local college. I was shot in the face. Bullet went through my orbital bone, destroyed all of this, just tore all of that wide open, and had to cut underneath my eye and drill a plate in and all that kind of stuff. So it was wild. And needless to say, money was definitely a situation at that point because I wasn't able to really, go out and just get a job and work and do, the typical 9-to-5 things everybody else was able to do. It's funny how you take things for granted until like all of a sudden you can't do it no more. And you like, yeah, I should have been saving up a lot more than I was. But even still, it put me in a position to have to really wake up and, take my relationship with money a lot more seriously. The way I viewed, my income, the way I viewed my wealth, the way I viewed the future in general, just, having a better outlook and plan. So when I was looking for ways to make money, I mean, I was like, y'all know, typical, Detroit dude. I'm looking to hustle up any dollar I can. I'm looking up, college class. I can hurry up and get this student loan up just so I can hustle that. I'm looking at ways I can hurry up and, flip a house real fast. In the deed, you can get a house for 20 cents if you know where to look. It was crazy. It was crazy back in the day. So after I, was looking around for a couple of things, I ended up running into, trading, Forex trading. And, stock trading was the first thing I looked into. And I was, interested in that. So I called up a stockbroker and they were like, all right, cool. What we want to do is we're going to get you started. Can you fund your account today? I'm like, yeah, let's go. They're like, okay, we're going to need $25,000. And I'm like, that part. They're like, oh, the trade the way you want to trade, you're going to need at least, 25,000. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have that lying around. Once you get it, just give us a call back. I'm like, that's how y'all feel? Okay. So I started looking around for other ways to trade. And then Forex trading popped up. And I'm like, okay. I'm trying not to look at the chat. Listen, Shay got me over here crying. So I'm sweating in this turtleneck. When I looked up Forex trading, I was like, okay, this is cool. I can do this pretty much all day. Oh, okay. And this is like all the banks in the world working together. And then when I saw how much money was flowing, I'm like, back then it was 6.6 trillion, back when Forex was in its infancy. So I'm like 6.6 trillion. Yeah. Actually, it was lower than that when we first started. It was like 5.3 when I first got in.
Yeah, it was 5. Yeah.
And it jumped up to the 6, but I was excited just to see that happening. So I started, practicing in that, getting used to how the pairs move differently. Because, when we first get introduced to anything trading related, our first thought is going to be what? Stocks. Yeah. First thing you think of is when you tell somebody about trading, they're like, oh, you mean like stocks? Yeah. You got that little feeling in your chest like, no. There's more things to trade than stocks. Right. No, it's not. It's just stocks. Teach us. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, I was a typical everyday, average in thought process. And after I got a good handle on what it was, started practicing in it on a demo account. I was practicing, getting used to that. And I couldn't find anybody to help me. Like I was literally searching high and low for somebody to assist me with this stuff. In Detroit, there wasn't anybody talking about this at all. Like there was nobody in my city breaking this down, giving the information. And then the places I did find, they were charging, $5,000 for an introductory class for a weekend. I'm like, dude, what? But everywhere I looked, they would tell you like, yeah, this information is so powerful, they're going to tax you for it. Right. It just is what it is. Yeah. So I'm praying. I'm doing whatever I could to get a hold of the information. I'm on YouTube University. I'm on Google. I'm losing money faster than I can put it back into the demo. That's pretty much infinite. And I'm blowing it in the demo. And after a while, I just kind of ran out of steam with it. And then lo and behold, I'm on Facebook. I'm typing in Forex, and I see a flyer with my now mentor and his wife, Lawrence Michael Young, and his wife, Tamara Young. And I'm messaging Tamara. I'm like, hey, do you guys have classes? Is there a way I can get involved? It was like, oh, yeah, we're going to have a call. And we're going to have a meeting this weekend. I would love for you to come on out, brother. And I'm not going to do Tamara's voice because she knows I am. She's so energetic. I love Tam to death. Like, hey, listen, and then people think like that's an act. I'm like, no, that is her. Like, all the time. Like, that's Tam. Right. So I was like, okay, cool. So me and my brother were like, sitting there together. I go to the meeting. I take him with me. You ever go somewhere with somebody and you know, like, okay, I probably shouldn't have brought this person with me. You get there. I love my bro, but he was looking at everybody like, this is a scam. That's a scam. That lady definitely scamming. I don't know that dude, but he a scammer. I'm like, bro, like we just got here. Like we ain't even sat down yet. We literally were standing against the wall and he just had his face like this.
Right. Right. We know that look.
Nope, ain't nobody in here making no money. I'm like, dude. And so Jewel Tankard comes out. She's doing a presentation. If you guys know who Jewel Tankard is, Jewel is amazing. Yes. I love my sister in charts. She was the one doing the presentation that day when I first came in. Jewel Tankard is multi-millionaire, has her own TV show on Bravo, you know, married to an amazing guy, Ben Tankard, shout out to Big Bro. Like, they do big things. And I'm like, this lady don't even got to be here today. Like, she got money long like train smoke. She ain't even got to sit down in here and tell us not a nailed her. You know, when she said she's from Detroit, I'm like, oh, you from the D? And I ain't never heard of you? And you got M's? Let me as soon as I put Jewel Tuh, I couldn't even get her whole name. She popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, she bought that bag. So I'm listening to her tell her story and do her thing. The moment she was done talking, I ran up to the front room. I was like, I want to do exactly what she was doing. He was like, what's your name, young man? Oh, I'm Curtis. Nice to meet you. Whole time I didn't have my wallet. I'm just excited. Didn't sign up that day. Had to come back the next day. Signed up. It was a completely different presentation. That's when I knew these people were talking from their heart. They weren't doing some kind of spiel that they were just amped up about getting people signed up. They were literally explaining this in a way where everybody has an opportunity to win if you just plug in. And once I got involved, fast forward a little bit. Once I got involved, I was just excited about sharing the information. I was doing classes at Tim Hortons like every single Friday. Anybody who knows me remembers the Tim Horton days back in the day, like around 2016, 2017. We was hardcore up in Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Andy told me about how you packed out those Tim Hortons.
Oh yeah, it's legendary now. Like everybody talks about them days. We would have like 60 people, 80 people in the Tim Hortons on Friday nights. Folks would do whatever they want to do. And listen, the owner of the Tim Hortons would give me like a headset. He was giving me like the keys to the door. He was like, listen, young man, whatever you want, you just tell me and we can get it. I'm like, dude. He's like, I've never had this much business on a Friday night. Whatever you want, you tell me it's done. Nice, so I'm like, okay, cool. But at that point, I hadn't signed up one person, wasn't building a team. I was just truly excited about sharing it. Like I just wanted people to understand what this was because I'm the kind of person where, I mean, even when I play sports, like I was really, really like, you know, passionate about showing my teammates how to optimize their skills, how to think certain ways at certain, times when the defense was doing different stuff. So I was always about, sharing and educating. But when this hit my plate, I understood the power with this. Like I know how much attention we can put into things. And us as just black folk, I know how we are. Like when we get passionate and excited about something, we dominate. We don't participate. We dominate. Yes, whatever. If we like it, oh yeah, just scoot, bucko. We take it from here. Like that's how we do. So when I saw this, I was like, I got to get this to the people. I got to share this with somebody. I feel like Kevin Hart. Well, somebody look at this. Somebody look at like I couldn't wait. So once people started listening, they were understanding what it was and they were adopting the mindset of it and really assimilating the information and applying it. And I was seeing people with success. I was like, oh, I could do this. This is lit. And then it was also that kind of like that sweet spot where, helping others is helping yourself at the same time. And, and it's my whole statement is you could be from Yale or jail and do this. Like the market don't care what your previous experiences were, what your previous, value was at your company or, what status you have in the household or the family. If you're passionate about learning and the joy of figuring things out, this was it. This was the great equalizer. Like I tell everybody, I don't care about your sob story. The internet won. The internet won. Like you could be affiliate marketer, you could be network marketer, you could be online trader, you could do whatever you want to do through the internet, not leave your couch and make millions. If you're excited about getting involved in learning. Mm-hmm. But we live in an instant gratification world now. Everything is just, I want it now. I want my food now. I want all my episodes now. I want my clothes now. I want my shoes now. I remember I tell people all the time, like back in the day when we was younger, I think we was the last generation that went through dating, like real life dating. Mm-hmm. Like somebody had to pull up to the house and take you somewhere and bring you where?
Yes, and ring that bell. Right. No honking. Honking.
This wouldn't pick you up and then you had your spending the night bag. It didn't work like that back in the day. Like I'm like, dude, I be talking to these young kids now. They be like, yeah, me and my lady, first night we met, we were hanging out. Then the next week we hung out. She had her pink bag with her and she stayed the week with me. The week?
Right.
like,
wait,
bro, like I remember back in the day, I was glad just to go sit on the porch with my girlfriend and then go home. I had to meet uncles, granddaddies, aunties, mamas, cousins. I was getting grilled every weekend by the same folks. I'm like, dude, can we just like meet at the park or something? Because I'm tired of talking to your brothers every week. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different world now, man. And I'm just really thankful for, you know, the ability to share this information. And I know it's a difference between most folks who are not most, for some people who can trade really well and then who can teach it really well.
Right.
And I am really, really honored and thankful. And I'm in a constant state of gratitude that I can share this information with people and they pick it up pretty quickly. Like, you know, the method that we have, the system that we use when we teach, like people really are seeing success with it. And even now, like I keep telling people, like, just when y'all think I'm good on y'all, I'm gonna come with some more heat. Like, I had a late night session with the fam last night. We was on the call like 12 o'clock. And I was like, hey, listen, I've been up all weekend. So y'all know what happens when I'm in the lab. I got some heat for y'all. And, you know, we've been working on HFX. So we tested some stuff out. I showed everybody on the squad. Today we went 6-0. And I think it was 5-0.
Excuse me, I didn't get a call.
See, I knew I was about to get in trouble. Everybody like, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, don't worry. Right. We got products coming down the pipe.
Mastermind fam. Out. Shout out to Chrissy Pips. Chrissy Pips don't leave nobody behind. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Trust me, y'all gonna end up getting one of them late night calls. Like, all right, so I'm gonna tell y'all, don't tell nobody else.
Like, don't tell Kurt.
They had the moments when I'm on the call. Like, I'll be talking like, so listen, don't tell Kurt. I'm like, I can hear you telling people not to tell me. Like, I see you seeing me, see you seeing me.
Listen, that's my way of getting it out, okay?
Right.
Like, don't tell Kurt, but
But yeah, it's been a labor of love. Like my whole story just stems from, and what I truly realized, just to wrap it up, is that the currency of the universe is giving. It's literally giving. Like, you become a servant leader. Like, every leader becomes a servant. And people don't understand that. Like, I didn't get to this position of being able to share, to be like, oh, look at me, I'm in front of the crowd. I'm doing all this so I can keep pulling people to me. Like, all right, come on, you next, and you next. All right, you go through. Now you go through. Like, it's a situation where you get very excited about seeing other people succeed.
Oh yeah.
Like, nothing about this is, oh, look at me be so great as a teacher. It's like, no, I'm watching people I care about win, and this is incredibly fun. Like, I've never been a part of something where this is not like real estate or, you know, do anything else where if I have an opportunity, I have to keep it to myself and don't share it with the world because I can lose my deal or I can lose my income. This is literally $7.6 trillion moving every day. And I can share this stuff with everybody and we can all make money together. Like, it's the great equalizer. Like, I've never in my life seen it. Almost seemed unreal. It almost seemed fake sometimes when you think about it. Like, how can I have a trade that can make me, you know, profit, and I can share this with millions of people and they can do the same thing at the same time? That's crazy. That's absolutely, like, people hit me like, hey, Kurt, you got like $5? Buy Euro JPY. Right there. There you go.
Here go your price point. Here go your stop loss.
That's more than $5. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's way more than 5, right?
Right. Both be looking at you like, what you talking about? Like, you need to figure that out. I'm trying to tell you that's money code right there. I just hooked you up.
Right.
You definitely need to figure that out. I know I have a question. I know I talk a lot, sorry. But I know we only got like just for so much time. The state of affairs of things going on in the world. We get the sauce. I know that the mastermind TTO definitely gets the sauce. But what could you share with our, you know, people that are watching us today who don't know this, that, or the third, but how this is such a remarkable time and an opportunity? And to play off that Warren Buffett quote, like, now is not the time for us to be afraid. We need to be in accumulation mindset, and, you know, kind of elaborate on that for us.
Yeah. So us all being, you know, linked up what we do with traders and being able to trade and talk about trade and all that kind of stuff. This is one of the reasons why you see everybody here with turtlenecks on, by the way. We all on our Steve Jobs right now. This is just where we at. This is how we feel about it right now. We're unapologetic about getting the bag. Right. We don't care how high they get, we still gonna get this bag. So essentially what's happening right now, guys, is, as you know, we've been taught when we grew up in school and taught in school, we've been taught to be employees. We've been taught to be consumers. The school doesn't teach you how to become a millionaire. It doesn't teach you how to become a trillionaire, a billionaire, none of that. It teaches you how to go to school, graduate, and get into debt. That's just what we do. It just is what it is. It's a part of the system. And the thing is, in America, we've also been taught to save money. Oh, just save your money and retire one day. In America, you can't be a saver. You're punished for being a saver. Inflation is literally 2 to 3% every year, minimum. In this situation, if you don't understand the rules and how money works, you're going to be on the wrong side of this every single time. Jerome Powell, who's the chairman of the Fed, for those of you guys who don't know, look him up. Jerome Powell just had a meeting, and he talked about how he's going to let inflation run hotter than normal. Okay, so I'm going to say this one more time for my people who are very, very new to the terms that I'm using.
For the people in the back.
Exactly. Inflation is essentially when they keep printing money, the money that you have becomes worth less and less and less and less, right? It's like anything. If I give you guys a hood example, if Michael Jordan put 100,000 pair of, Jordan 11s out, right? And every Foot Locker had a back wall stocked to the brim with Jordan 11s, right? Every time you went in there, those shoes are going to be in there. The value of those shoes would go down because there would be too many Jordan 11s out. Right. It wouldn't be anything rare about them. It wouldn't be anything scarce about them. They wouldn't be able to sell out because everybody would have an opportunity to get the Jordan 11s. Yeah. They would have to put them on discount because there would be too many of them in the back of the store. It's the same thing with your dollars. It's no different. I promise you. If you go to the supermarket and there's too many strawberries up there, they're going to lower the price. Yeah, because they're going to go bad. Okay? Man, listen. So if we understand the same thing about our money, if you're saving, they're going to keep on printing. Your money is losing spending power. Remember back in the day when we used to go to the store, to the gas station, we could buy a candy bar for how much money?
Yeah, Better Made for 25
cents. Right. Quarter bag of chips, penny candy. Inflation is the reason why we don't have 50-cent candy bars anymore.
Right.
Okay. Listen, as a kid, I used to be like, why is a candy bar $1 now? It's the same candy bar. They didn't put any extra chocolate in this thing. It's the same candy bar. It's $1.
You get smaller.
Yep. I was like in the I think I was like the 8th grade arguing with the dude in the gas station, like, man, y'all jipping people, and I'm screaming at him like he makes the prices up. He was like, no. He was like, kid, I'm telling you, it's inflation. I'm like, I don't know what that is. You charging too much for these candy bars. Like, I'm in there going hard with this dude. Right? Because at that point, as a kid, I knew something wasn't right. Even as adults, it's not going to slow down. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. We've all heard that statement. If you have $50 from back in the 60s or back in the 1930s, you'd have this much money in your bank account. It's very, very different now. So essentially what we're looking at now is most people have been taught to play defense. We can't play defense any longer with our money. And this is not a black, white, Hispanic, this is people in general. You cannot play defense with your money. Investing is no longer an option. Okay. This is mandatory now. If you don't have investments that are yielding, you need to get some. I don't care what you choose to get in. If you get in trading, hey, welcome to the squad. If you choose to get into real estate, good job. Awesome. Do it again. Do it again after that. And do it again after that, right? So you have to get to a place where you have a very, very different relationship with money. If you get money and your first thought is, I get paid next week. So listen, stop thinking right then and there. Stop thinking, right? If your first thought is when you see your check, I get paid next week. So it's gonna be a hot girl summer. We're not doing that. We're not having hot girl summers at the expense of not having any extra income. I don't care about that Miami trip where you out there walking on the beach and your friend is holding the camera up so you can get all your angles on the gram. Like the gram not paying you. Stop. Let's just stop, fellas. If you standing in line for the new 2K because Damian Lillard's on the cover or Kobe's on the cover, listen, I love me some Kobe. That's bro all day. I'm not buying 2K until I got money coming in to the point where I can say, hey, you know what? I can buy some shares of NBA 2K. I can buy 2K stock.
Right.
Like, and even with that, like with the stock market, like we have to become very, very much more knowledgeable about how we invest in the stock market. Yes. Stop just saying, oh, okay, it's Facebook, so I bought it. Oh, okay, it's Tesla, so I bought it. There are levels where it's more important to buy at the right levels and just buy it because somebody said buy it. Like you could buy at the very peak and have a horrible position.
Right.
You would have bought a couple days ago.
Like, dude.
Those tech stocks pull back.
Yeah, listen. There's a certain level of strategy. There's a certain level of agility to what we do as investors. Like you don't just get in willy-nilly. And I promise you guys, if somebody at the bank If somebody at a hedge fund, if somebody at an investment firm tells you, oh, let us handle your money because it's risky, educate yourself.
Yes.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself. Don't ever let anybody tell you, give us your money and we'll do it for it. They about to line their pocket with you.
Yep.
They about to get all of that sauce off your dollar. And they're gonna give you that Salt Bay on the money they making on your money. It's nothing wrong with having investment firms and 401ks and all that kind of stuff. But if that's your only plan, is just to have that, and you sit back and say, well, got the old 401k together, like you're gonna be somewhere upset.
Right.
Upset. Like, I'm telling you right now, get multiple streams of income. I don't care how you do it. I don't care how painful it is. I don't care how much you hem and haw and complain about it. Get it done. Because I watch people work a job every day and they hate it and they do it anyway.
Mhm.
And then they start investing and they hate it and then they quit. And I'm like, let me get this straight. Let me back up a little bit. You got two things you don't like, and you go back to the one that don't work.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So as Will Smith say, you gonna kick yourself in the balls? You're not exercising accurate thinking. And the other side is get around the right kind of people, guys. Like,
Right.
if your circle is not edifying you, lifting you up, building you up, pushing you, motivating you, inspiring you, you need to get around some new people fast.
Yeah.
If people around you just hitting you with you doing that? Oh,
Yes.
I would never. Oh, that's not for me. Get away.
Run.
People who make faces at things you do, keep moving. Leave them where they at. Because I promise you, when you come back, they're gonna be sitting right there with that same stink face.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
I got folks looking me up and down there. They're like, bro, that's how you live. I'm like, dude, I've been doing this for going on close to 5 years now. Why are you asking me, is this how I live? Like, yes, I've been doing the same thing for 5 years. It's very consistent and it works. So yes, now you worked your job for the last 10, 20, 15 years. You have a new vehicle. I'm happy for you. You have a new home. I'm happy for you. What else have you accomplished with your money that's growing money so you don't have to go to that job anymore?
Yeah.
And then we hear that really large cricket come in the background. And they think you cussing at them or trying to flex. And it's like, no, I'm not flexing. I'm not. As a brother, as a member of your community, I want you to win.
Right.
At every angle. I want you to win, family, but you have to want it for yourself.
Yeah.
It's scary because when you tell people that stuff, they look at you like something's wrong with you. Or they look at you like you a sellout. Or they look at you like you think you uppity. And I'm like, stop with the uppity. Stop with all stop playing defense. Like, you're looking around for people to make faces at. Like, there are literally people scanning the internet for things to complain about. Like, they cut on their phone, go on Facebook, and then just get to doing this until they see something they don't like. Oh, finally, yes. Stupid black turtleneck.
Yeah.
Like, that's your plan, is to get on here and talk about how stupid my turtleneck look. Like, come on now. I don't care if you think my turtlenecks. I don't care if you think my hat, if my mic, if my chair look goofy. Like, okay. And what part of this was edifying and built you up? What part of this was value bringing to anybody? It happens all day. All day. That's why I said I'm glad for the circle that we do have, the community that we do have, because you can't help but get around people like Monda, Shay, Chrissy, Toya, and they're going to, like, you can't be around them and be broke. It's just it don't work. And if you are around them and you broke, they're gonna Homer Simpson in the bush on you, like
Real quick.
True.
Got nothing to talk about.
Yep.
Yes. Judy got a question in the chat. She wanted to know, so how many hours is required to learn how to trade for beginners? What would be your suggestion to that?
I tell most people when they first come in, you need to make a commitment to yourself for 90 days.
Yep.
90 days of a commitment to yourself. And now in those 90 days, it may not be the exact same amount of hours every day, of course, but I'd still tell people, like, carve out 45 minutes a day. 45 minimum. Like, if you can't get 45 minutes to sitting down and studying, what we talking about? Because you would tell somebody 45 minutes, they're like, Kurt, I got the kids. I got to get ready for work in the morning. I will watch you watch Netflix for 2 hours. Listen to things, be like, are you with us? Like, Netflix will ask you if you're still there. And you will make time for that. Like, people will make time for that.
Right.
People will make time for Power. They'll make time for Game of Thrones. They'll make time for Empire. I don't even know the name of any new shows no more. Like, I don't even know if Power is still on no more, but I'm just saying. People will make time for all of the goofy mess. They'll make time for the NBA playoffs. All these folks got their bag already. Where yours at?
Right.
Yes.
Where
I
yours
tell
at?
people all the time I would be washing dishes and watching, the Academy. I mean, or if I had to multitask because that's what you got to do. But you got to make time for what's important to you.
Yeah, Christy talks about all the time. She says, "Was I busy or was I active or was I productive?"
Right.
Then that's a big thing. It's supposed to go. I mean, I've been active all day. Like, yeah, you was active, but you ran back and forth in your house. You didn't accomplish nothing. It's just a track of footprints in your hallway. That's not productive, right? Income producing activities, like write that kind of stuff down and be very, very intentional about what you want. Because if you don't have a plan, you're basically a part of somebody else's. You don't know it, but you are.
Good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. So great question, by the way, Judy. But most of the time, just 45 minutes a day of just, studying, trend lines, studying, price action, getting on your chart. Like me personally, I would stay on the chart for hours, 4 hours a day. I would be on there with a smile on my face and just enjoy it. Like,
rewind. Yep.
But when you fall in love with it, it's a different kind of feeling. It's a completely different type of momentum you pick up. It's a completely different thought process. And I tell people like, yeah, it's one of my favorite guys right now that I've been researching is Robert Smith. He's a black billionaire. He's worth like $3 billion. Dude, this dude is amazing. He did a talk, and they always ask him these questions like, "How did you get so good? How did you get so proficient at what you do?" And he was like, "I'm just the kind of person where I'm in love with the process of figuring things out." Mm-hmm. He had me at process.
Yep.
He had me at soon as he said, "I'm in love with the prop." I was like, done. New hero. There you go. Write his name down. Like I was excited when he said that, because if you can't fall in love with the process of what it takes to become wealthy, then don't even try. Just work your job and don't complain about nothing. Driving to see your tail lights to work and from work every day. Do not complain. If you cannot fall in love with the process of just figuring things out, being wealthy ain't for you. Because most people think, "Oh, I'm gonna grind out for 10 years, and then I'm gonna hang back on the interest that I make." It's not for you then. Mm-hmm. It's not for you to process. Like when I look at a chart, I smile every time. Like I can't look at a chart and be like, "Man, I gotta mark this thing up." Like, dude, I am amped up every time because I know what's on the other side of this markup. Yes. Exactly. You get to stretch it, you flexing out like, boy, listen, y'all don't even know what's about to happen up in here. Listen, hold my beer. I'll be right back. Go hard because you know what's coming on the other side of that markup.
That's true. That's true. She says, she also wanted to know, how much money do you need to start trading? Like, what's some people hear $50, $20 realistically to make, to see some kind of impact in your portfolio. We
always talk about having the right kind of risk management and having the right kind of, intentions when you do trade. Some people think they're going to put $1,000 in and, had 10 bands at the end of the second month or the third month. Like, I'm about to flip this bad boy. Can't even steal Forex. And they're already trying to do some miracles. So, hurt. Yeah. Because what happens is you have to have the right kind of expectation. So in the beginning, when you first start trading, there should be no sense of, I'm going to make this much money to live off of when you first start. Right. Like, you need to have the right kind of intentions where rigid in your rules, right? Master your rules first when you first learn. And then we can start talking about money, because when you master your rules, money becomes a byproduct of discipline.
Yes.
Yep.
Money doesn't come any other way in trading outside of discipline. Like, you don't luck up and get wealthy as a trader. It don't happen like that. Like, I don't care what anybody told you on YouTube. I don't care what nobody told you on Google. There is no such thing as lucking up and getting good at trading. YouTube University is not going to make you wealthy. Okay. You will not be able to find a testimony on YouTube like, all I did was just scour YouTube for 3 months straight and I became exceedingly wealthy. It don't work like that. You have to get mentorship. You have to find a team. You have to find people that are going to be willing to sit down with you and walk you through the difficult days, because, there's going to be some difficult.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have days where you can be like, this is stupid. I don't like it anymore.
Right.
I'm the person who called him and said that.
Yeah, listen, they will look at you like, bro, this is stupid and I don't like it. Why is it stupid? Because if it goes wrong, it's my fault. Yeah. That's why it's stupid. Right? So now when you embrace the thought process of, in trading, everything is whose fault?
My fault.
Your fault.
That's it. And if it's your fault, you can do what?
Fix it.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Listen, for my control folks, my people who like being in control, there's no greater feeling than when you get to the place in trading where you realize everything is out of your control.
Out of your control. Yes.
It's the most humbling yet liberating feeling ever, because now you're just working a plan. And the level of belief and faith behind your plan comes into fruition. And I'm telling you, it's not your job to find the best strategy in the world. It'll come to you. It's not your job to find the best mentor in the world. It'll come to you. It's not your job to have the best, risk management in the world. It'll come to you. Over time, all the things that you're looking for will find you. But you have to stay intentional and deliberate in your efforts. That's literally, and people think it's a bunch of woo-woo. I mean, it ain't woo-woo. It ain't woo. Like if you looking to find a husband, if you're looking to find a wife, if you're looking to find a home,
just log into Club Kobane. He'll give you some relationship advice.
Yeah, I definitely got you on that. When you're looking to find anything you want in life and you're intentional about it, it will find you.
It's true.
It doesn't matter where it is, how long it take. It will. And the thing is, it will find you when it's time.
Right.
Right. God may never come when you want him to, but he's always what?
Right.
Every single time. It's like, because you look back at things, you like, I wouldn't have been able to receive this person. I wouldn't be able to receive this information. I wouldn't be able to receive this wealth if I had not gone through what I went through and now have the right, proper thought processes to either A, maintain it, or B, enrich what I now have.
True.
It's like if somebody came in and gave every last one of us $1 million, that doesn't make us a millionaire. Because the next day if they come back and snatch it from you, how you gonna duplicate that?
Right.
How you gonna duplicate it? Yeah.
And if you spend $1, then you're no longer.
There you go. Like if you don't have the proper thought processes to maintain that and multiply it properly, you're not gonna be able to. You're not a millionaire. You're just somebody who lucked up. That's why most folks who hit the lottery are broke in a matter of years, because they never developed the proper thought processes to become a millionaire. They didn't get around the right people. That's a big deal. They didn't put their money where it needed to be. They didn't put their money to work. Right? They were so busy spending that nothing was able to come back. And money is literally one of those situations where it really amplifies more of who you are. That's all it does. Like money doesn't, bring out the evil in people. It just amplifies the person that you already are.
Right.
So if you are an impatient person, money's really gonna speed that up. If you have pride issues, ego issues, money is definitely gonna embellish that whole side of your personality. But it's all about you being mindful and really, cognitive of where you are as a person. And that's why I say personal development should be like a big part of what you do as a trader. Yes. You cannot trade if you don't personally develop yourself. Like you don't come in here listening to Migos and you leave out listening to Migos.
Well, hello. No,
I'm being real, because most folks I know that come into trading, they start off a certain way, but by the time they're done, they get in their car and they don't listen to music no more. They listen to like personal development. They put on Jim Rohn, they put on Eric Thomas, they playing Tony Robbins, they playing Zig Ziglar, classic folks. Yeah, like they in there listening to Earl Nightingale. Like you got Napoleon Hill on the whole time you driving. Like it's a different type of mindset, because you're thinking about, okay, if I listen to this song, when I get to where I'm going, am I going to be, richer for the experience, or am I going to be sitting there trying to dance my way to the front door?
Right.
And then when you get out the car listening to Eric Thomas and he's telling you everybody want to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do, you leave that car with the tingles like a lightning bolt just ran through your veins. You're like, oh, let's go.
Right.
Whatever I'm about to do, they're going to have to see me today.
That's right. He is a Spartan too.
Different approach to where you're headed.
Yeah. And it's true, because I know that for me, when I feel like I'm slipping, I'll go back in the mastermind and watch the recordings. And I watch the ones where we're talking about mindset. And it's like, I can hear, I'll hear your voice and I'll hear everyone else's voice. And they're like, this is what it motivates me. It's not because the charts are wrong or anything, or my analysis is wrong. It's like, I'm not in that zone and I need a refresher. So I'll go back and I'm like, okay, where's the mindset classes? Where's the mindset classes?
Right.
I like that, Shay, because it's like, we're always learning. We've never arrived, right. We're a student always, but we never arrived. I mean, and I think if you approach trading in that way, then you're going to be the better for it. When you approach it like, oh, I've been in here a month, I know everything, I watched 5 videos. Oh, okay, that's when you blow your account.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like anything you put time into. I was we were talking about jujitsu the other night. Like it was me and the team we were on just kind of going over some stuff, and I was saying I was almost with my son in jujitsu. And I like jujitsu a lot because it's like you said, you never arrive. You never become the top jujitsu practitioner. Like you're always working on a hold or a breathing technique or your conditioning. Like there's always this thing to get better at. It's the same thing with trading. Like you can always get better at your patience. You can always get better at your analysis. You can always get better at like I practice my trend lines all the time. Like just the little things. Like I'm a student of the game, and I love being a student of this game because the more I learn, the more proficient I become at the little things, the better my students become. And then the better somebody I haven't even met becomes, right? Like I tell people now, like some of you guys that came into the team, y'all came in at the best possible time because back in the day, I was the indicator king. I was loading up my charts. It was like a carnival on that bad boy. You guys came in when I basically scrapped my entire thought process and had to humble myself and say, you know a lot, but it's time to go back to an area where you're not knowledgeable at all in master trading without anything. It's like becoming really good at kung fu. Okay, now you're good at all the techniques. You got all the moves, all the punches, all the kicks down pat. Okay, awesome, great, cool. Do it with a blindfold on.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
Do it with a blindfold on. So now you can master your environment. You won't fall off of the mat. You won't fall out of the ring. You won't step into the river. You won't bump into the tree. Like you master your environment. Now you don't need all these things as a crutch. You understand what's around you and how to utilize that to its optimal form. So if you ever did go back to using anything else like your eyeballs, you'll be so much better because you have all that extra confidence that you could do it without it. And that was the beautiful thing about trading without the indicators, because now I can look at a chart with just flat out price action. And it's like, when I put a RSI on here, a Bollinger Band on here, like, man, watch out, bro. Like you
hold my beer.
Yeah, or even when I put like a harmonic on the chart, I'm like, you sure you want this smoke? All right.
Right. It just perfects it that much more.
It's fun, man. Like I tell people all the time, like if you ever want to get involved with trading, like this company is head and shoulders above anything else that's out there. The CEO alone, man, that dude is an absolute monster at what he does. Like one of the things that you said, Shay, that makes so much sense to me and resonated was being able to go back and rewatch those videos and get that energy, get that recharge. And the thing that I remembered was when I first joined the company, Christopher Terry did most of the videos for us, right? Before they redid the academy a couple times, they kept refining it, making it better, making it simpler. There were videos in the back office that Christopher Terry had done. And it was summer. He was like really, really emotional. When I tell you guys that it was in the mindset content we used to have back there. That content for some of the people who joined later on who never got a chance to hear that was some of the most powerful stuff that kept me going in my early days of trading. I was listening to a millionaire cry. And he wasn't crying because of his money. He wasn't crying because he wanted more. He was crying because he wanted you as the new trader to understand, as bad as you think you want it, you got to want it a little bit more. I was done. When I tell you done, I'm sitting here like I'm in Detroit. I don't know no millionaires that I can just kick it with. So I'm listening to this dude tell me about something that I'm excited about. Right. And he's screaming and crying.
Yes.
He don't have no business doing that. He got his money. He got his bag. Right. He can sit somewhere and be just fine for the rest of his days. He has the knowledge to maintain it. And he's screaming and crying for my sake. That was it. I was like, I'm sold. I'm where I need to be. This is the dude that's going to get me together. And I was, and ever since then, like even with Chris, the way he teaches with a lot of education, but still like jokes in the middle of all that, I modeled my teaching style behind Christopher Terry's because of how he resonated with me when I first heard him on those videos. So every time I saw him, I would emulate his style. Like, okay, he do a little edutainment. It's like a little joke here and then big nugget right there. Right. A little joke here, then major key right there. And I'm like, yeah, I like that. But it helps the lesson stick more, right? And then you start to bond with the listener. Even though they may not know you, they may not have had a sit down with you, they feel more comfortable when they come to a class or they watch a recording because they feel that energy of how you care about what you do because you're putting that lightness to it, but at the same time, you're bringing so much value. And it was like, yeah, man, this dude, like, I'm telling you, Christopher Terry, people who have not met this dude, listen.
Yeah,
And I'm so thankful for like Lawrence and Tamara for what they've done, because they facilitated an avenue for me where I can like kick it with these people on a day-to-day basis. Like I can hit up Chris and be like, hey man, I just want to say thank you. All right, thanks. You're welcome. Have a good day. All right, Kurt. Done. Like done. Like it's just that fast. But like he's so down to earth. He'll kick it with you. Like it's nothing. Like he'll kick it with you like y'all went to school together. Like y'all been next door neighbors forever. Like he's one of these people where you can see somebody like that and be like, man, that's all the show. It's him. Like when he came to Detroit, he had came here to do a class for us one day, and the airport lost his luggage. He had all rights to say, yeah, guys, we're going to cancel it. We'll just do it another day. He came and did a 3-hour class in his pajamas. He could have canceled the whole day or just even postponed it and went shopping. Yeah. He did the whole class in his pajamas with energy. Stood in the front screaming. I'm talking about had on like a cartoon T-shirt with the loose-fitting pajama pants on and some flip-flops. And I'm like, and people were like, this is very unprofessional. I'm like, this is passion. I don't care what you're talking about.
That's true. And he really cares about us. I remember being in Detroit and I met him too. And I was going to the restroom and I saw him out in the lobby and I was like, oh, can I take a picture? We took a picture. He was like, you like that? No, let's do another one. Let's do another. It wasn't like, let's take a picture and go. It's like he really, he didn't have time. He sat there and talked to me. And I was like, that you want to be in an environment where the CEO of the company cares about you. He's not brushing you off. He doesn't see you as a dollar sign. He really is passionate about us winning. I've seen him gone to the event and watched him cry about how he really wants us to win. Right. Like he just, bust out into tears. So
that dude wears his passion on his sleeve.
I agree. I've met Christopher Terry and I agree 1000%. Unfortunately, though, I have to hop off because we have church prayer. But before I do, I want to tell you this, Curtis. When we talk about gratitude, my husband, he's not here, but I know he feels the same way. We are so grateful for you. This is how you guys, when you join and you get an IM, Friday nights and Wednesday nights, you guys are going to be on every word that Curtis said. I just had a new team member. I always talk about cryptocurrency and my portfolio and how I need more money so I can buy more crypto. But
you saw the eyes, right? She was like,
right. I had a new team member this week said she got on your session for the first time and she was floored. She said, you were right. Everything you said about him is the truth. He is amazing. He's funny. He's a great teacher. And so, Curtis, before I go, I just say I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for all of you, all that you've done to teach us, to give us all the wisdom, all the late nights you've always shared, you poured into us, and you really have the heart to want us to be the 6-figure traders, the 7-figure traders that we are going to become. And I'm just so grateful for you. And I just thank you so much. And I'm so grateful you're so prosperous that you have the AC on full blast that you got to wear a turtleneck every single day.
Listen, my shirt is whipping in the breeze right now. Keep cool.
But seriously, much love. I appreciate you. And Bill,
I love you too, Monda. Tell my boy Bill I said, what up?
I will. All right, y'all. Yeah, I know y'all going to keep talking, but I'll see y'all later. I'm going to go pray.
All right, go do it. Bye, Monda.
I love our family. I swear, like, when this COVID stuff is done, man, we're going to have so much more fun than everybody else. Like, y'all don't even know. It's going to be crazy, especially at that next conference.
Lit. Right. Super, super lit. Super lit.
I can give it another, I can give it another 10 to 15 if you guys want to, and then we can go ahead and start up our class in a little while, Chrissy.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have a question for you. Because I know you have mentors. How have some of your mentors inspired you to become who you are?
Man, that is a really, really good question. So it's a funny story too. When I first met Lawrence, I wasn't as close to Lawrence as I am now. Because I looked at him like, okay, you just big money dudes. You out here building your team. You ain't got time for the low level guys like Kurt. So I kind of I was a little standoffish. I was just trying to do everything on my own. And, like he always checked in on me though. Always. Like he, even before, I got onto the platform as an educator, before everything else, like he saw the passion I had to teach and he always facilitated that. Like we would have classes where we would do like the overview and he would let me go in the front and teach. Like my first week, he would let me teach at the overview because he saw the passion I had. And I was like, dude, like he's always giving me a lane to shine in. So when I met Lawrence and saw the amount of, you know, respect he was giving me, the amount of leeway he was giving me, and how he saw my passion and how he allowed me to do certain things and facilitated that, it kind of it taught me a lot about allowing my students to flourish as well. Like putting them in positions of leadership, putting them in places of, you know, listen, you got what you need, just step into it. I remember times me and Toya, at the last conference, me and Toya talked, and she was telling me how she felt about things and how the time she had put in, she wasn't seeing the results she wanted. And I'm like, do you know who you are? I feel like the mama in Black Panther, like, show them who you are. But like, I got so passionate about that talk we had because I know the amount of, you know, time she puts into this. Like when I first met her in Detroit, she was like, no, I'm going to get this. Like it was no, I'm trying. It was a no, I'm going to get this. And I need some assistance here and there. Can you help me? I'm like, yeah, I got you for sure. And ever since that day, she's been like in the inbox, on the phone, and in text message, let me know, bruh, I'm gonna need a pep talk real soon. Cause yeah. But the thing I've learned mostly from my mentors is just being accountable is one of them. Is like don't look around for people to complain to. Like look for a solution before you look to somebody to complain to. And then number 2 was allow the people that are below you or a lot of people that are, you know, coming to you for help and assistance to flourish. Like put them in places where they have to teach. Put them in positions where they have to share. Put them in positions where they have to build that confidence to step out on their knowledge. And when you do that, he who teaches does what?
Learn twice.
See, that's how you know they pay attention in class. So these are the things I love because it put me into a place of humility because now I can sit back and say, I've done my job. Now all you got to do is just keep, you know, developing and flourishing. Like I remember when Christina first came in, she was like, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. Listen, YouTube channel, check, right? Hit rank, check, right? Profitable in the trading, check, right? Like building leaders now, check. Like she's doing all the things and it's like, in the level of confidence that she has, the mindset that she has, the being able to teach her people to have the right mindset is there. Like she's in a position to now build leaders. That's the one thing about this business and this opportunity that I think people don't really take, you know, they don't take that part serious enough is you're helping people find their best versions of themselves.
Yes.
It's not your job to tell them what to do and dictate what they should be doing, how long they should be doing this and how long they should be on the call. How many calls did you do? You're just facilitating them to find that door that allows them to be their best version. And we work on, I'm talking about even little things like, how did you talk today? What words did you use you weren't proud of? Right? What energy did you carry in a certain conversation that you could have been better at? Right? After a conversation, what thoughts did you have personally that you could have worked on?
Right.
Like what energy do you carry throughout the day? And it's like when you understand the power of the energy that you carry throughout the day, I'm gonna ask y'all the same question I asked him. When David does a talk or David does something, you know, David M&ETA does something, how do you guys think he does that throughout the day? Do you think he's like, as soon as he's done, he's in the back, him and hawing about something negative? Or is he on to the next thing, helping somebody? That's anxiety only exists when you're focusing on yourself.
Yep.
Anxiety only exists when it's me, I. When you're helping other people, you operate in abundance. Anxiety has no place in abundance, aka the devil becomes a hermit if he has no permits.
Come on.
Right.
Okay.
Like that.
Right.
The devil becomes a hermit if he has no permits. If you don't get a devil permission to be in your area, he got to scoot, bucko.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it works. So, and the thing is, the devil can't be around you when you constantly in a position of helping because now you're operating in abundance. You're saying there's enough for everybody, and I'm gonna show you how to get it too. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm gonna be about it. I'm about that action. So now your intention is about making sure others win. And when you help enough people get what they want, you'll have exactly what you want over and over and over. And that's one of the reasons why abundance can flow in most people's lives because they're just facilitating other people's success. Yeah. And that's the beauty about this company. Helping other people helps you at the same time.
Right.
Like when Chris made this, I was like, bro, listen, you done tapped into some frequencies now. We resonated with some higher levels now. Like this is the reason why you can see somebody like a Bryce Thompson, who's what 24, 25 now, making $750,000 a month, right? Somebody like a David M&ETA, who's a year younger than me, making $750,000 a month in this opportunity. Minimum, right? Like they touching millions now. Like no, listen, and I don't include what they doing with trading or nothing like that. Like $750,000 is a lot when it comes down to income. almost feel like, oh man, so they're doing that once a month, you know, they're like, no, they do that.
Right.
But it's the energy that they carry, right? They're not hemming and hawing. They about their action.
Right.
And I love seeing our community winning. I love seeing people helping other people get their bag. It's such a beautiful thing because we're in the infancy of this. Like this thing hasn't even hit like its 10-year span yet. There's gonna be new people that hit those ranks that haven't even joined the company yet.
Right.
It's one of those situations where I tell people, get out of your own way. That conversation you have when you say, well, I don't know people. I don't know that many people. I'm not the kind of person that does meetings like that. I don't listen, COVID, even the playing field. You don't have to have a private jet to do this no more.
Right.
Zoom is it. You can just get on a Zoom call and do what we do. You can get on StreamYard, do what we do. Like take full advantage of what you have in front of you so you can become something bigger and better. And I keep telling people like there's people you haven't even met that can't wait to get involved with your team and you can change their lives with this information. I'm just excited for that next person we're gonna run into that's gonna be like, oh yeah, I needed this. Thank you.
Right.
Yep. Well, we're not gonna keep you. We know you got to get on with Team Takeoff, but I know all of us want to, tell you how much we appreciate you, Kurt. Like, brother, like, oh my God, I could cry because I think you're just beyond amazing. I recently started that yoga program. And
I'm proud
of you. Thank you. Like yoga's like 1,700 years old, but Curtis taught me all this stuff beginning of this year. Like the Yoga Sutra is like, oh, I knew about all this.
Right.
I learned this from Kurt. Like, so I'm just really excited. You instill in us, or you pour into us to find it in ourselves to just go for whatever that thing may be, and like that positive right thinking. Like I listened to the book Outwitting the Devil at least 3 times. And me and Shay, we go back to RX8. We was on with you, on IML TV where we was like capitulation, RX8, capitulation, RX8. We didn't know what the hell was going on, but we was gonna stay with you because, like you said about Lawrence, you gave so much, you wanted absolutely nothing. And when you lock arms with people like that, we can't do nothing but win. Because us accepting losing is letting you down, and we can't do that. So it's deep, and we love you to death, bro. Like for real.
Yeah. And even though I'm like the silent one, you think I'm not moving.
Ain't nothing silent about Shay.
Right.
And I get that push. I'm telling you, I could literally cry thinking about it. But the impact that you've had on my life, and like even the mastermind, like that family that I've inherited through you, it's I can't even explain how it feels. Like I know at any given moment I can call Alana, you know what I'm saying? I could call Judy, I can reach out to Bashari. There's so many people that in there that I know that I'm not on this journey alone. Chrissy does not stop, and she will be tired, and you can call Chrissy and be like, Chrissy, I need this. She's like, okay, give me 5 minutes, and it's done, And that feeling, and then having you like that, just sitting on my shoulder, like, Shay, you can do this. Like, what you doing? What you doing? Or Shay, I haven't heard from you. What's up? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? And it's that little push that coming into this environment, and I am being that community. Like I've been in this company and I haven't heard anyone say anything negative about anybody. It's always uplifting. You go on Instagram and everyone's edifying everyone. You don't even have to be on that person's team. And it's like, yay, this one just pulled rank. And it's just that feeling to be in this environment. I feel bad for those who have not joined yet. Like, what are you waiting for? This is what we just spent an hour with you is what we get on Wednesdays and Fridays. Like we at Club Kobane.
Oh, it's way more fun on Wednesday.
Yes, way more fun, way more exciting. But this is just a taste of what everyone can get involved with. So I thank you. I appreciate you. I love you, and thank you for just embracing me.
Listen, Shay, I love you guys to the moon and back. Like I always brag about the community that we have and how our team is always growing and building and flourishing. It's just a humbling situation. I prayed about this back in the day when I was first getting on the team. I was like, I just want to get a team of people that are excited about learning. That's all I want to do. I want to get around the right kind of people that just want to learn. And it was like, it took time, and I built it from the ground up, but just, finding the people that wanted to learn and just plugging in with them and giving and giving and giving. But it was always a labor of love, though. It was never a scenario where I'm like, oh my God, Christina take all day getting these fibs. Like, it was never like, I just get excited seeing you guys had those aha moments like, oh, so if I do it from here to here and I'm waiting for, oh, okay, so I can, and it's like, yeah, now you see where we going with. And then as you keep doing it and working and practicing, you start seeing it, coming to fruition. It's one of those scenarios where you have to get to a place of just elation about it, because you know what's coming. You know what's coming. Like, if I had a whole bunch more time, I would tell you the story that David did when he came to Detroit. He broke down a whole, like, it was crazy. Like, David and these these people that's higher up in the company, they are so good at storytelling when they break down things in front of doing the presentations in front of the crowds. But he did a story. He was talking about how the Lions went to the Super Bowl and we were all out of town traveling and we had to go back and watch it on recording. If we knew the game results, well, we still watch the recording. Everybody was like, yeah, of course we watch it. It's the Lions. Like, bro, we've been waiting our whole life to see them to go Super Bowl. And I'm like, duh, first I'm gonna sit there and watch it. So he had everybody in the room all, like, man, listen, it's the Lions. Don't be bringing the Lions like that. We already sensitive about our team. So as he was talking about it, he was saying that, okay, let's say we go up to watch the game, right? In the first 3 quarters, the Lions are losing. Do you cut off the game? And everybody was like, no, because we already know that we won. Like, they told us downstairs that we won the game. We're just going to finish watching it so we can see what happened. And he was like, so now the fourth quarter starts up, right? The results are the results. Now, guess what? We see the Lions score a touchdown. Do you cut the game off? No, you're about to witness one of the greatest comebacks in NFL history with the Detroit Lions beating the Patriots, whoever they play in the Super Bowl. You're going to watch. He was like, listen, your life is that story. You already won. Why would you quit?
Wow, I like that.
You've already won. You know the result. God didn't bring you this far to leave you here. The universe didn't bring you this far to leave you here. Like, you just got to keep going.
Yes.
You about to witness one of the greatest comebacks in human history, which is your life, and you're going to walk away from the TV now? What are you doing? Like, listen, when he said that, the room went crazy.
Right.
Yes.
You could feel the energy just like permeating. I was like, bro, I'm stealing this story.
Yes. I'm stealing too.
It made so much sense to like think about things in that light where the result is already done, right? We have to move like it's already done.
Right.
Period. Like I tell everybody now, I'm a Chairman 50. Me and Lawrence just sitting on the sideline talking about Chairman 50 money. Cheers. Like that's just it just is what it is. Like I don't entertain anything other than that. Like I am a Chairman 50. Done. Christina is a Chairman 25. Done. Like
let's go. That's
it. Like in order for me to do what I gotta do, my leaders gotta be what they gotta be. So I'm just amped about the process of doing that though. Like I'm in love with the process of seeing my leaders win. I'm in love with the process of bringing in, new people and setting them up with the rules and what we're gonna be doing, and then from there showing them the classes and bringing them on to the different calls we're doing, trading with new people, showing them how it's done. Like the entire process is just super, super fun for me now. And I want people to like fall in love with your process. Like, don't get mad because you're implementing something new. Like every millionaire has a ritual that they do every week, every morning, every month, every year. You have to fall into a ritual-based, day. Like when you wake up, do you do your yoga? Yes. Do you eat healthy? Yes. Do you say your affirmations? Yes. Do you tap in with team? Yes. Like those things have to be. See that last one? See that cringe? That cringe right there. Everybody got the rubbing their nose and like.
The neck got tight on the last
one. It got hot up and somebody cut the air up. You got to tap in with your team. You have to have that frequency. Your team needs to know. Okay, today are we doing a prayer call? Today are we doing affirmations together? Today are we just trading together? Today are we going to go over mindset? Are we going to go over strategy? Are we going to do you have to have that tap in so people can say, I need that. So I need to be there for that. Right. I may need a little bit more of a recharge for this. Let me go there. And the thing is too, it's important to let your team know they have a voice. Some people come in and they're new and they feel like they just, fly on the wall. Nobody knows them. So they don't have seniority yet. They don't have the right to talk yet. And it's like, no. How was your day going? How was your night? Did you trade at all? Did you back test anything? Did you study the charts? Did you go on Did you want to go live? Like, what did you get out of your go live? Awesome. Let's go. Did you take notes on that? Please take note. And you got to reinforce the energy in your team, because when people are immersed in this, money is a byproduct.
Yep.
But if you letting people kind of hem and haw about it, like, well, anybody said nothing to me in a week, I'm hoping I'm doing it right. Like, No, that should not be a part of your culture.
Mm-hmm.
They should be immersed in, did you do this? Did you do this? You did that? Cool. Did you come over here? Did you see that? Did you get value out of that? Did it make sense? Cool. Come over here. Come over. We can check this out. Everyone hop on the Zoom with just me and a few other people. We doing something like this right now. Like the downtime you have should just be optimized. It shouldn't just be busy work. It should definitely be optimized because you're showing your team how to succeed.
Right.
They're watching you to figure out what needs to be done so they can win.
Yeah.
And I look at myself every day, like if my team did exactly what I did today, would we be, you know, head and shoulders above where we were last month or the month or the previous month? And I'm like, woke up today, stretched out, did a couple sit-ups, fed the baby, did HFX for 2 hours, got done with that, studied some stuff, wrote down some content, about to get on again, do a couple follow-up calls. After that, maybe do a presentation for 2 or 3 people. After that, follow up with those few people, get involved. Okay, cool. Those people coming in. Now from here, check back in with the leaders, see if they need me to do anything for their people. If they got any prospects, awesome. From there, get ready for a call, get my content together, knock that call out, get done, come back on again, another HFX for 2 more hours. Cool. Follow up with a few more people in the other states and other areas where time frames are different. Done.
Right.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it may be like 11 o'clock, but I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like straight through. But it's like I got hours where I may be, you know, just chilling to myself, just thinking or writing some things down or just, you know, hanging out with my son, body slamming him, showing him I'm the boss. And then, you know, getting back.
He's a baby, everybody.
He's a baby.
Our team doji.
I love that little boy, man. Yeah, we play all day. Me and him play all day. But just, you know, like getting into that place of just, you know, enjoying myself, but still being, you know, very, very intentional about what I want my day to look like.
Right.
And because I know me, I can get caught up in just nothing. I'm like, oh, let me go over here on this rabbit hole with this new video game. And I'm like, 2 hours later, nothing accomplished. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it happens. We all go through it. You know, it is what it is. Yep. Especially nowadays with the way, you know, politics is set up. You can look at one thing that say Trump and Biden on it, and you'll be 3 hours later like, it's time for the call? Oh, my God. Like, it's so extra with all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We appreciate you so much. TTO is like probably 15 or 20 of y'all on. Thank y'all for sharing y'all leader with us right now. Like,
I'm about to drop the link, y'all. I know I'm late. They're like, Kurt, we got class. Where you at?
Keep coming. We appreciate it. We are going to have him back Q4. We're going to get on his schedule again. Maybe he'll bust out a chart for us.
Hey, listen, don't play. Don't play. I see you say with the Wakanda Forever right there. I saw you throw it up like, hey, let's go. Let's go.
So until next time, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all so much. We appreciate you, Curtis. Chrissy, his protege. Like, so that's why I don't bother you anymore. I just go straight to Chrissy.
At the end of the day, the biggest lesson is everything that you want is in the dirt.
Yep.
So if you really want it and you want it hard enough, deep enough, you gonna dig for it. And it don't matter how hard it is. If you want it, you can get it, but it's going to take some digging. Whatever success you want, you got to be prepared for the journey that come with that success.
Right.
Now, y'all know how to contact us. Y'all know where we at every Tuesday, every Thursday. We done put up all our IGs. Call us, text us, message us. We will help you. That's what we do.
Yep. That's what we do.
Ma'am.
And look who we learned from.
Right.
You in good hands with us.
Oh yeah, right. It's like an all-state commercial over here.
I can't be a weather woman. I can't find the screen. There we go.
Oh, right. I'm like, there.
How cold? No.
It's like that little Hollywood squares.
Thank you.
Y'all see we had so much fun. So reach out. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Curtis.
You're welcome.